Okay. The explaining these prompts. So obviously I don't have time to go through all of them, but I want to go over in general how they're written. So they're for the ones that are going to conclude with the take a position on this issue, use reasons and specific examples to support your ideas, which is like 90% of them. The sentence before that is probably going to be the one that actually tells you. Sometimes they have a question like this one says, do you think students should be required to volunteer in their communities to receive their high school diplomas? Yeah. So they are flat out telling you what the question is on that one. Some of them you have to kind of look at to figure out what it is exactly they're asking. So some say that the journey is more important than the destination. They argue that people find more joy and satisfaction in working toward a goal than in achieving it. Others say that it is the destination that gives meaning to the journey. They argue that the process of working toward a goal would be meaningless without its achievement. Take a position, blah, blah, blah. So what is it actually asking you? What are the things you're supposed to be picking between on this one?
I think, just me personally, for myself, I would want to do the work to get the achievement. I would want to put in the work. I don't know about most people.
So what it's asking you to do, the like, should it be 16 or 18 for driving? The 16 and 18 of this one are which is more important, the work or the achievement at the end?
Putting in the work to get the achievement.
Thank you. I agree. Second block was like, it's the achievement. And I was like, no, the work. But anyway.
Because to me, if you don't put in the work to get it, then it's just being handed to you.
Well, so it's okay. So let me clarify that. It's not saying that you don't do the work. It's saying which are you getting more satisfaction? Which one are you getting more out of?
Doing the work. I'm getting more satisfaction of knowing I'm doing the work to get that achievement.
Yeah, I like the little progresses, like hitting little milestones. Yeah. That makes me feel better personally.
Yeah, I like that.
But so you have to take the time to read through them and see exactly what it's asking you to do. This one just flat out asks the question. This one is the 16 to 18. Then there's going to be several, you got two in a row here, that are going to have a quotation from somebody famous. The British naturalist and politician John Lubbock wrote, your character will be what you yourself choose to make it. Do we choose our own character traits, or is our character formed by influences beyond our control? Take a position, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. The quotation on these, it doesn't matter who said it. It doesn't matter what the quotation is. You can ignore it for all that matters. It's going to say the actual topic after it. They're only putting the quotation up there to make it sound fancy and to make people panic. Because I don't know who John Lubbock is. I know who Thomas Jefferson is, obviously, but I have no idea who John Lubbock is.
He's an actor,
right? No, there's a John Lithgow, maybe? Anyway, but it doesn't matter. Whoever this guy is makes no difference. What he said makes no difference. One thing you could do with these quotations is mention the quotation in the actual response. So your character will be what you yourself choose to make it. You could say, John Lubbock wrote this, and here's, my side of it. Here we have Thomas Jefferson, determined never to be idle. Actual question, do we accomplish more if we are always doing something, or does inactivity also serve a purpose? So again, none of that matters. None of the stuff about Jefferson in the quote matters. The actual question is after that. You have here two from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who my kid is named after. That's where I got Emerson. And again, big quotation. And then, do you agree or disagree with, really? Do you agree or disagree with that statement? You do have to read that one, but the opinion is just asking what your general thoughts are. When you have these that have based on your experiences, so some of them do have that on the prompt. That's when I was telling you guys before, don't refer to yourself in an essay. Don't say I, me, my, unless it's one of these. So when it says based on your experiences, they intend for you to use your own experiences. So then you are going to talk about yourself. You're going to say, well, I did this. I did, I experienced this, and therefore I think this. Only if it says that. If it says something about in your own life, have you seen this? Or based on your own experiences, have you seen this? That is the only time you should really be talking about yourself. Okay? Then the curveball ones, where did we find that one? Take out. Let's see. I'll just look for this one. It says business. There. Many occupations have dress codes for employees. Right to convince business leaders that dress codes should or should not be required. Support your position, reason, examples. Sometimes they will tell you a specific audience. So that one, you're not just writing to general people, a typical essay. Format is the same. Major, minor details, intro, conclusion, all that stuff. When they give you a specific audience, the thing that you should be adjusting is just the information you include. Because if I'm trying to convince business leaders that they shouldn't have a dress code, that's going to be a lot different than trying to convince a principal that a school shouldn't have a dress code. So the points that I choose to explain myself have to be targeted to business leaders. Now, I'm not saying that you have to pick a specific business. You don't have to imagine a business. You don't have to say this is about Target. Just what would people who are business leaders in general think? But if it helps you to do an imaginary business or to say that it's to Target, that's fine. Just establish it in the introduction. Say, like, if someone was running Target and needed to know whether or not to have a dress code, they should consider blah, blah, blah. So you don't have to pick a specific business, but you might want to if it helps you. Other than that, everything is pretty much just here is an issue. Oh, here's one. Right to persuade a future employer that even though you might not have experience in the type of work you seek, you are a good candidate to hire. Here we got the double ones. It's about you and you're writing to a different audience. Structure's still the same. Intro, body, conclusion, all of that's still the same. Don't freak out if you get that one. You are still doing the same thing. You just have to target it to your audience.
I'm so scared my mind's gonna draw a blank when it comes to writing.
That's why we do the pre-writing. See, that's the point of that. That's why I'm telling you guys, take your time, use that scratch paper they give you, and come up with as many ideas as you can before you even try to start writing. Because that way, if you do blank for 30 minutes, oh well, you blanked for 30 minutes, but you didn't waste your time writing anything. So make sure you understand it and take your time.
Well, you know how in mine I got the waiting in line, the traffic.
Yeah.
Is because sometimes in the mornings I'll run by my daughter's